Hello, friends. Our topic is interaction styles presented by Gaikwad, Shraddha, KHARCHE, DISHA, NIKAM, POOJA, and PAGAR ROSHNI. First, we will see the introduction. The concept of interaction styles refers to all the ways the user can communicate or otherwise interact with the computer system. The concept belongs in the realm of HCI or at least have its roots in the computer medium, usually in the form of a workstation or a desktop computer. This concept do, however, retain some of their descriptive powers outside the computer medium. For example, you can talk about menu selection in mobile phones. Next, command line. Command line interaction. When a command line interaction is used, the user types in commands for the application, usually one at a time. The application executes them if possible and gives some feedback to the user. Next. Next is a form filling. The form filling interaction style, it is also called as fill in the blanks, was aimed at a different set of users than command language, namely non-expert users. When form filling interfaces first appeared, the whole interface was form based. Unlike much of today's software that mixed form with other interaction styles. Back then, the screen was designed as a form in which data could be entered in the predefined form fields. The tab key was used to switch between the fields and the enter to submit the form. Thus, there was originally no need for a pointing device, such as a mouse, and the separation of data in fields allowed for validation of the input. Form filling interfaces were especially useful for routine, clearly work, or for tasks that require a great deal of data entry. Next, over to you, Pooja.
Pooja, are you there? Okay, this is an example of form filling. Next, advantages. Simplifies data entry, shortens learning in that the fields are predefined and need only be recognized, guides the user via the predefined rules. Disadvantages. First, consumes screen space. Second, usually sets the scene for rigid formalization of the business processes. Menu selection. A menu is a set of options displayed on the screen where the selection and execution of one of the options results in a state change of the interface. Using a system based on a menu selection, the users selects a command from a predefined selection of commands arranged in the menus and observe the effect. If the labels on the menus commands are understandable, users can accomplish their task with negligible learning or memorization as finding a command menu item is a recognition of opposed to recall memory task. To save screen space, menu items are often clustered in a pull-down or pop-up menus. Next, this is an example of menu selection. Advantages of menu selection. Ideal for novice or intermittent users. Second, can appeal to expert users if display and selection mechanism are rapid and if appropriate shortcuts are implemented. Structures decision making. Allows easy support of error handling as the user's input does not have to be parsed. Disadvantages. First, too many menus may lead to information overload or complexity of discouraging proportions. Second, may be slow for frequent users. Third, may not be suited for small graphic displays. Next,
Direct manipulation. Manipulation is a central theme in interface design and is treated in a separate encyclopedia. The term direct manipulation was introduced by Ben Shenderman in his keynote address at the NYU Symposium or User Interface, and more explicitly in Schinderium, Schinderman to describe a certain direct software interaction style that can be tracked back to Sutherland's Skate chapped. Direct manipulation captures the idea of direct manipulation of the object of interest, which means the object of interest are represented as disgustable object in the UI and are manipulated in a direct fashion. Direct manipulation style have the following characters: visibility of the object interest, rapid reversible incremental action, replacement of complex command language system syntax by direct manipulation of the object of interest. Advantages: visually present task concept, easy to learn, error can be avoided more easily, encourages exploration, high subjective satisfaction, recognition memory, as opposed to queued or free recall memory. Disadvantages: may be more difficult to program, not suitable for a small graphic display, spatial and visual representation is not always preferable. Metaphors. A metaphor is a design tool that can support designers in forming or exploring new design concept during the process of designing. Digital technologies embedded in built environment provide an opportunity for environment to be more intelligent and interactive. However, most architectural concepts associated with smart environment, such as smart house and intelligent buildings, tend to focus on how advance in technology can improve the quality of the residential environment using automation, and not on how people interact with the environment. We possessed that conceptual metaphors of devices, robot, and friend can open up new design spaces for the interaction design of smart environment. We present three metaphorical concepts that can frame new way of designing a smart environment that focus on interaction rather than building automation, each of which has distinct HCI techniques.
Natural language. Natural language is an interaction style which allows to user communicate with their computer through the series of spoken commands. Similar to how one may issue spoken commands to other person, a major issue with using the spoken language is that to communicate with the computer system, the vocabulary would need to be limited to a specific subset of a full natural language in order to both reduce the ambiguity and the keep processing time within the reasonable bounds. A language could be considered a natural if upon appreciating a computer typical user already possesses language skill adequate for communicating the desired concepts in fluent and articulate manner. So in a sense natural language could be involve a kind of language humans developed with the sole purpose of communicating with the computer system with thus the potentially eliminating the ambiguities of the current natural spoken languages. Web navigation refers to the process of navigating a network of information resources in the world wide web which recognize a hypertext or hypermedia. The user interface that used to do is called as web browser. Navigation design is to discipline of creating and analyzing and implementing the ways for the users to navigate through the website or app. Navigate plays an integral role in how users interact with and use your products. It's how user can get from point A to point B and even point to C in least frustrating way possible. Advantages allows to user communicate with their system naturally, can reduce or the eliminate need of for keyboards grades for those with your poor keyboard skill. Once it is more accurate at interpreting speech, commands may be able to spoken faster than they are typed. Disadvantages currently cannot be accurately interpret much of verbal language which is too ambiguous, requires to lot of training each other so it can interpret their vocal their verbal commands. Thank you.